Who's missing?
Michael.
That's
Michael,
Mike.
the guy on the left.
What happened to Michael?
Michael actually left the group probably about 11, 12 years ago now.
Have you ever wondered why the 90s R&B group Boys II Men suddenly went from a quartet to a trio? The group was having such a great run on the charts when they tragically lost a member. So what happened to the fourth member of Boys II Men, and how did his disappearance change the group forever? In 2003, after half a dozen successful albums, singles, and tours, a great tragedy hit Boys II Men that would change how fans of the group would view them forever. Fans of Boys II Men have watched them go through so many adversities that threatened their career over the years, from the murder of their first manager to Wanya's vocal cord problems. But this was by far the most devastating thing the group had ever faced in their career. Stay tuned. Michael McCary, the fourth member of Boys II Men and the main bass singer of the Harmony group, shockingly quit the group and pretty much disappeared from the music scene after 14 long years with the group. Fans of the group were shocked by his decision, and it seemed like they were not alone in their shock. The remaining group members were also shocked by this event, and this led to rumors and speculations spread by fans and the media. After the 2002 album Full Circle flopped, McCary left the group at a time when they needed to recoup and work even harder to get back to the level of success their previous albums had achieved in the past. Despite the loss, the group decided to soldier on. They took a year away from recording and came back as a trio, being that the fans would not let them replace McCary with a new member. McCary was a standout member of the group. His bass backup vocals stood out on the group's harmonies, earning him the nickname Mike Bass, and he was easily recognizable by fans as he would usually perform with a cane. The fans loved him. Sean Stockman revealed in an interview that the fans didn't want to warm up to a new member. Upon their return, the group was frequently asked about what happened to McCary in every interview. Their response was always that McCary didn't care about the group or music as much as they did, and he had finally run out of motivation to continue after so many years.
We were open to the idea of bringing someone else in the group. We didn't know who it might have been.
Yeah.
But we were welcome to ourselves.
You gotta call anybody from Take Six and hey, I know what happened to old boy.
We thought of a few people. You know what I mean? And we thought of Brian. We thought of you know what I'm saying? Like just certain people. But our fans almost unanimously.
They probably thought like that's jacked up.
They said it would mess up the dynamic. We don't want to see anybody else on stage but y'all three. Wow. So we was like, fine.
It appeared that the other group members, Sean Stockman and Nathan and Wanya Morris, were furious. How could McCary just leave the group when the family needed him most? Little did they know that McCary had been carrying around a deep, dark secret for years. The roots of McCary's departure from the group had been planted as far back as 1993, and the truth would not be revealed for many more years to come. Although Sean Stockman told Larry King in an interview that McCary's departure didn't change their sound much, the fans still noticed how much different the group's harmonies now sounded. McCary was the only baritone in the group, and his bass harmonies helped spice up the backup vocals on songs like I'll Make Love to You and End of the Road. The group never sounded the same again, and this affected all their subsequent albums, as most of the fans today cite their first 5 albums as the best works of their career. But as much the group was fighting an uphill battle to revive their career, McCary suffered even more than they did. The departure took a major toll on McCary, and he fell into a deep depression and lack of motivation, eventually cutting off most people close to him. What McCary never expected, though, was that using isolation as a coping mechanism would end up leading to bigger problems in his life. His marriage was strained, and eventually, his wife filed for divorce in 2007. Having lost his career, his wife, and custody of his children, McCary was in dire need of a big break. And in 2009, luck would shine upon him again as his former group members reached out to him for a tour to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Boys II Men. This was exciting news for McCary, but he could never imagine what would happen next.
Who's missing?
Michael.
That's
Michael, the guy on the left.
What happened to Michael?
Michael actually left the group probably about 11, 12 years ago now.
Why?
Well, he didn't. I guess he didn't want to be involved or do it anymore. We actually tried to reach out for him for our 20th anniversary to bring him in and have him, perform with the new album, but things didn't kind of work out. So
The group members, apparently still very mad at McCary for abandoning them, did not believe that he should get paid the same amount of money as the rest of them, as he had been away from the group for 6 years and they had done most of the work. Sean told the Huffington Post that McCary was demanding too much money, and so he refused to sign his contract and excluded himself from the tour.
We still care about him, we still love him, we would love him to be back for this, but, honestly, he wanted too much money and he wasn't getting it. So.
Alrighty then.
But this wasn't the only reunion attempt between McCary and Boys II Men. In 2012, the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, in honor of the group, provided an opportunity for another short-lived reunion. This time around, McCary only agreed to show up for the event and refused to record or perform with them.
Hollywood honors Nathan Morris, Wanye Morris, and Sean Stockman, Boys II Men.
Well, it's a beautiful occasion today, beautiful sunshine, and I can't think of a better way to get up in the morning and honor these brothers with this star on the Walk of Fame. I just want to thank these gentlemen for their persistence in getting us involved and kind of twisting our arms and saying, Jimmy and Terry, we need you to be a part of what it is we do.
I will say that it's great to be here today for some guys that represent the love of music, the passion of art. These guys are not just R&B, these guys are.
In 2016, Michael McCary dropped a bombshell on the world of music when he appeared on the television show Ayanla Fix My Life. And finally, after 13 years of speculations, revealed the real reason he left Boys II Men. To the surprise of fans worldwide, not only did McCary reveal that he left the group because he was suffering from chronic multiple sclerosis, but he also shockingly revealed that his former bandmates were aware of his struggles before he left the group. Fans were furious, seeing the revelation as the group turning their back on McCary. But the truth of the matter was that, although the members of Boys II Men knew that Michael McCary suffered chronic back pains, they only thought it was just that, back pains.
They knew I had extreme scoliosis and things of that. They didn't know it was MS. They knew I had all the symptoms of MS still, but they didn't know MS.
Why not?
Giving it
when
a
you
label,
were diagnosed?
Because giving it a label wouldn't have changed the symptoms.
Apparently, McCary had refused to disclose the extent of his health issues to them or anybody at all, thinking that they would just ask him to pop a few painkillers and get back on the road. Although it took him 10 years to finally leave the group, Michael was just 22 years old in 1993 when tragedy struck. He was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a spinal cord disease that left him at risk of paralysis at any given time, he revealed to Ayanla. Boys II Men had the world at their feet at the time, and they were more in demand than ever. Their tight performance, tour, and recording schedule was taking a heavy toll on McCary's back. And that was the beginning of the singer's fall from grace.
I was going through pain. I'm talking about doctors on the road, neurologists on the road, just to be on stage with them.
Sean, Nathan, and Wanya felt betrayed after seeing the interview. They felt McCary should have told them about his MS in person, instead of letting them find out on TV with the rest of the world. "We don't get down like that," Sean said in a Tammy Mac interview. Stockman also went on to say that they tried their best to accommodate McCary when they found out about what they thought was just a chronic case of back pains, stating that they even continued to pay McCary when he stopped showing up for rehearsals, excused him from doing dance routines, and provided stools on stage him during performances. In the interview, Stockman also revealed that the reason their manager made them stop using canes as a fashion statement after their first album, except for McCary, was so he could use the cane for supper, further proving that, contrary to what McCary said, they were sympathetic to his struggles, and he still chose to betray them.
Yes, he has scoliosis. Yes, he had a back issue. And I don't know if the real fans know, because there have been times where we would actually do shows where Mike would be sitting on a stool.
Yeah.
And we were dancing and the whole thing. So we tried practically everything just to, keep him motivated and keep him into it, because the truth is Mike never really was as ambitious about music as we were. So it was one of those things where when his back started to kind of, spaz out, like we seen him less. There were times where he just wouldn't show up at shows. He wouldn't show up at TV appearances. And it started to wear on our business.
Ironically, McCary felt he was the one who got betrayed, as he told Oprah Winfrey in another interview. If I had to sum up what I got from my brothers and Boys II Men, I would have to say betrayal, a broken bond. I mean, at this point, we don't even talk. Despite Michael McCary saying that Sean, Nathan, and Wanya are keeping him out of the group so they can split the profits from the group's music 3 ways amongst themselves, Sean Stockman has multiple times established that there is no bad blood between Boys II Men and McCary.
Don't bite off, by saying, we love Mike.
For sure.
We've always loved Mike. We will always love Mike. He is our brother for life. He's always frat. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. But and I'm glad that we're having this conversation, because it's funny when Mike comes up, there are people that online, again, that be tip-tapping, act like they know what the deal was, and it's so funny.
Even though McCary has been living with multiple sclerosis for almost 25 years, he has learned to cope with his struggle and has been making consistent progress with adequate health care and lives a normal life in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. McCary also founded the Michael McCary Sclerosis Foundation to help victims of MS such as himself.
Would you stand up for me, Mike, and show him your back so we can show him how much you've straightened out your back in the last 4 years of dedication, that there is no off-centerness. Your spine is perfectly straight. Everything's there. You're tight, and you look fantastic, Mike. Thank you for turning around for me. I really do appreciate it.
The rest of Boys II Men continue their legacy with their award-winning Las Vegas residency at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Sin City since 2013. Do you think Boys II Men and Michael McCary and Boys II Men will ever reunite and perform together in the future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.